Join us.
Let's walk the talk.
This is 702.
All right, Matume Chilwani, the MEC of Education in Gauteng, not picking up our call, but we've got Steve Mabona, who's a spokesperson for the Gauteng Education Department. Steve, thank you so much for making time. Hi.
Good morning, Clement, and all our listeners.
Good. How old is this Alrapark Primary School?
The school is very old, and we did confirm that the structure is not habitable. So we then decided that we need to refurbish. But because there was a promise of a new structure altogether, then the MEC had to go back yesterday to interact with all the stakeholders, and he did indicate that definitely the new structure will then be coming in 18 months.
But how old is the school?
I'm just not sure. But
Over 100 years old?
Those are very old schools.
And has it been refurbished or maintained throughout all those years?
Look, remember we give schools money to do maintenance. So to a certain extent, there's an expectation that schools must maintain. But if the project is major or if the defects are major, then the department need to come in and make sure that we do that part.
Yeah, but isn't that what exactly has been the case here? Because people have even been injured because of the deteriorating infrastructure. The MEC met with the schools.
That injury, it was not supposed to happen. We said after realizing that there are defects there, we cordoned off that place and said no one must access. So someone decided that the officials must access there, and that's why we had that injury. Well, that injury was not supposed to happen in the first place.
My understanding is that the temporary units that were provided by the department were just not sufficient, and that's why even the older parts of the building that were dangerous still had to be used by the school. Can you explain maybe that? And because the MEC met with the school's infrastructure crisis committee yesterday and promised to demolish and give the learners a new school, why is this action to demolish the school only being taken now when residents have been complaining about the deteriorating infrastructure?
No, we initially sent our officials, the professionals interacted with the school and they assessed the structure. And their pronouncement was that you don't need to demolish. We're talking about professionals, infrastructure professionals who know what they're doing. They said the structure can be refurbished. But because of the promise of the new structure, then the community said, no, we don't want any refurbishment. We want the new structure. Not that we didn't want to demolish. But if the professionals pronounced that demolish, we were going to do that, at the initial stage. So we couldn't because of that advice. Because remember, when you spend money, there's auditors that will be looking why are we spending money on what informed decisions. So we need to look at all those elements before you spend public money.
Yeah, but in 2023 though, is that when you send your officials?
Our officials went there in 2024. In 2023, MEC went and he saw that there are defects, and we then had to give them the mobile units. We gave them your mobile units and send our officials to say, let's check on the structure. What is the decision? And then they gave us that decision of refurbishment. So the mobile structures were interim up until we deal with the structure. But then the decision now is that we need to probably give them a new structure, and that in 18 months we should be in a position to do that.
So you'll be able to build a completely new school in about 18 months?
Well, that's the estimated period, 18 months, yes.
Okay. And 3 weeks this has been going on. You've been engaging with stakeholders yesterday. Why did it take so long for the MEC to come in? When did he send his officials to engage with the
Clement, we've been interacting with that community. For the past 3 weeks, our officials have been there, from the district, from head office. I even went there as well. But community was not budging to say we want a new school or nothing. Because we said, let's also do a paving, give electricity to the mobiles, and also fix those that are the defects, so that we can then proceed with curriculum while we do the other things. They were not budging. And we have over 2,000 schools. If all schools are going to disrupt and say they want MEC to come now, today, we're not going to be managing the schools in this whole thing. It means then MEC will be moving up and down, going to communities to those who will be disrupting. Yesterday, Gelesdal disrupted. We had a disruption in Tshwane in 2 schools. So in all those, then it means MEC must go there. We're not going to be in a position to manage education in that fashion.
Yeah, Steve Mabona will keep a close eye on this story. Spokesperson for the Gauteng Education here, Gauteng Education, Matume Chilwane. It's 7:07.
7:02.
Coming up, the big interview.
Do you communicate with the dead? Do you have signs sometimes that they are with you, that you can feel their presence? We're going to be speaking to a leading British neuroscientist who says she somehow cracked the code. And she'll tell us what kind of research backs up the claims she makes.
Current events, developing stories,
Tough questions.
your voice making a difference.
This is Breakfast with Bongani Bingwa.